yeah. Have fun with that, Malika. The Rena will stay up. Mercedes will stay up. It might be added realism. We're all about good content here, realistic content. You're a little bit faster. I put you as the second Red Bull. You're the second Red Bull. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're Alex Albon case there. I'm not embarrassed. I won more NASCAR Heat races on that account than I have on this account. I was more competitive on eTechnics games. I'm just not competitive on these shit games. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to tell you. When am I starting? I'm starting on all the streams at the same time. But it should say stream starting soon, and there should be music coming out. See, that's what I'm saying. Well, also, you just have your account. He's leading the wins list. I'm like, you were trying to burn him. He's leading the wins list. Oh, was it the joke? Oh, you won races. 27. Even if you just say call it 30, your 30 has 31 points. You still has 5 more than Thomas. I mean, they could. He is the modern Rockstar. Look, Rockstar won 19 races in my first match. Out of 36, he won 19. go ahead and ready up. I'm all good here. Might be a set EWRL underscore. Yeah, fair enough. I'm like, I don't know many Twitch streamers that are named Everson, you know? Like, I don't think. Fittipaldi never streamed yet. He never streamed on Twitch. I guarantee you he has not touched a... If he's streaming, he's doing like Facebook Live or Instagram Live. He's not doing any Twitch. Let's go ahead and do that transition to remote play.
Going to August in Indianapolis
YouTube,
in August.
Hello Twitch, hello Facebook Live. Welcome to the EWRL F1 United States Grand Prix. For the first time, we have high quality streams on 3 platforms here for an EWRL League race.
Rolo's here.
All from the broadcasting standpoint. Rolo is here. He can just hop on in. He might not get put into the Renault, and that is okay. That just means Ben and Rolo would be teammates. But here you go. The track is open for business here in qualifying. Now I'm just going around to my channels, checking out the streams.
It is very cloudy right now.
This is IndyCar weather right here.
Yep. So we are all good to go on those streams.
I hope it doesn't rain.
If it does, I'll make sure to properly pit instead of going 2 laps early.
You'll never hear the end of it from Malenko.
Ah, the pudding dries on.
So here we go. The track is open for business here at Circuit of the Americas. On outlaps, we have Malenko, Luis, many things. Little Devil making one final start. Hector, Ben, David,
There's Big Boy.
Foursquare, and Brian all on the track for outlaps. 17 strong right now.
There's the Andrea Moda.
Let's go ahead and get everything set up here on the left side. And I'm gonna just check my microphone volume on the streams real quick. Just give me a brief moment.
Well, Big Boy's here. That means we get our Luca Badoer character. Nice.
Of course, I go wide. What else is new?
You went wide.
Oh, no. Great.
Anybody else on the mediums?
Right, let's go ahead. There's a caution in Sector 1. It sounds like that's a racing point of Luis.
That's an what is this? The 4th time this season I can't complete a proper lap without going wide. At least I didn't spin it this time.
This car is pretty planted, not gonna lie.
That was a really bad S's.
I braked way too early.
Yes,
Well,
yes it was.
I missed this lap. This next lap will be better.
Alright. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and try to check our microphone volume now.
Rip.
Is it weird that I like to set my benchmark time on mediums?
Alright, we're going to test our microphone volume one more time. Hector, top of the charts, many things. Second quickest, David, Brian, Luis, the 5 drivers taking time. Now Ben goes to second on chart. Malenko, 4th quickest on the chart.
I think that's a good time for the medium compound.
Ooh, purple. Well, that's a miracle.
All right, and
I'll remember
that's going to
that.
do it for our microphone test. That sounds like a good volume to me.
Okay.
So how about, so our order right now out of the 9 times on the chart, Hector, Ben, many things, Malenko, who's moving to full-time, by the way. Malenko is now taking over that seat at the Williams. David in 5th. Little Devil 6th, Foursquare 7th, Brian 8th, Luis sat 9th. Pillars, featuring a name change this week, sat in the pit lane. About Venti going 10th quickest. Caden goes 6th quickest. Caden making his first start here in the EWRL Formula 1 series. He's driving in that McLaren for today. We'll see how he does. A few vacancies over this week as nations like Australia and New Zealand open up. It ends up forcing drivers like Troy, like Volcanic, to have to vacate their seats, as they won't be able to compete in those seats for the next few weeks at the very least, as they have to go back to their normal lives. We are racing basically Monday morning in New Zealand and Australia's time. So those vacancies will be filled once our either newcomers or our reserve drivers score some points to break that one pity point tie at the bottom of the standings. And pretty much all the pity points from Hungary.
Take a car.
Pretty much. It's the pity point from Hungary. We had connection issues after starting that stream starting that race 40 minutes late, that stream as well. How about 13 drivers to take time thus far? Steven going 9th quickest. Octane 5th quickest in the Haas.
Damn,
On outlaps,
that much of a disparity between
we
soft
have
and medium.
Dan and Ryan. As of right now, we look to have a 19-car grid. It would be the first time all season we've had a 19-car grid. We've had 18 and 20-car grids all season, but not 19.
No odd numbers.
Today would be our first odd number unless somebody's trying to join mid-session, which actually I believe we are getting someone to do that. Let's go and pull up the stream comments if we can. And I will be more active there. Yep. C-Shar141 says Williams for the win. So is Ryan on an out lap? How about Dan on a timed lap?
Just to be frank, we're not winning.
And there's Robert. Now we do have a 20-car grid. So we've only had 18 or 20-car grids. And we will maintain that, as we've only had even numbered grid sizes this season.
I like it.
William for P20 through 19. I don't know if you're rooting for Williams anymore by that.
Well, I mean, if they were able to support them through 2019.
Oh, William.
Well, Venti's definitely getting 19 or 20, so. He may get some positions off some DNF.
So here you go. Our two-time series champion, Dan Park, comes through the final corner and to the start-finish line, going second quickest, making an Alfa Romeo 1-2 at the top of the chart. Well, I'm driving like it. I'm driving it so like, shrug. Who is C-Shar? I mean, welcome to the stream.
That's definitely Venti then. He's driving.
Oh,
Cohen
That's
Sharp.
my name.
I got it. Yes.
Oh my god.
Cohen Sharp. I got it now. All right. Well, thank you for the follow, Venti. So, we have Hector.
Thanks for your existence.
We have
Who is this?
we have Hector top of
is
the
it?
charts. Dan sat second. Benford, many things fourth. Malenko rounds out the top 5, followed by Octane, David, Caton, Ryan, and Little Devil. And we got Steven,
Wait,
Foursquare.
did Zesty set the time on medium? What the fuck?
No.
To me, it shows he's
No,
running
no,
medium.
no. That's
He said
that,
them on
that, that.
softs.
Yeah, he said it on softs. He's running mediums right now.
He set a time fast on soft slower than what I did on mediums.
And Pillars, top of the charts, a 1:32.061. No, everybody's lap time right now is on softs except Stevens and Brian's.
And mine, but I'm about to
I-
set a one on
Yeah.
soft.
I just checked. We're still waiting on Larry to set a lap time, but most likely he's not. Brian goes 7th quickest on the chart.
Dan.
I'm
I'll give
I'm
you
sorry.
space.
I'm on an in lap, so
Oh, you're on. Oh, I'm on an out.
So
Yeah,
how
I'm
about
going in.
we ride on board with
I thought you were on
Hector?
an out as well.
Nope, he just finished a timed lap, I believe, on the mediums. David goes third quickest. Now about V dogfight at the top of the chart between Alfa Romeo and Ferrari.
I think it's safe to say
I think I
the
liked it better.
Alpha
when my
team
brake
also
pads
got the
set back.
engine upgrade from Canada.
So
Had a little bit of
we have
Thank you,
many
Jeff.
things. Malenko on out laps, Brian on an in lap, Octane on an out lap. Looks like we can catch with Caden on a timed lap right now.
I
Qualifying has
appreciate
been a struggle.
your commentary, Jeff. Now tell me when to properly pit and don't screw me like you did at Suzuka. That would be great, Jeff.
Yeah, because Jeff told you to put on wets on lap 11.
And then
When there wasn't
decided,
even rain falling.
and then a lap later, literally said it'll come in 10 minutes. It's like, do you not know how to? You know what? Who I
You
need?
should
I'm gonna
know
need
not to
Larry.
put on wets if there's not even rain.
I was trying to
There's
do
no
a Waco
rain coming
hawk.
down.
Yeah, for a good rule of thumb is wait for the track to become wet to use those tires.
Wait
Because
until it says DRS disabled.
yeah, that's a really good rule of thumb. When DRS is disabled, that's the perfect time to come in for at least intermediates. Actually, Caden heading into the pit lane. See, how about Foursquare? Foursquare right now
I'll make note of that.
on a second timed lap, I assume. Looks like
Get
very
out of
low
the
on
way,
fuel,
Testy.
but trying to improve. Looks like he's aborted his timed lap again. Foursquare in 12. That is not what we're used to out of Foursquare. Maybe a little too much iRacing.
My teammate won't let me lead the pits.
Malenko goes
That
4th
would've been
quickest.
All right, let's go.
Jeez, look, I can finally lead the pit lane.
We got. How much time we got?
5 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yep, we have 5.5 minutes remaining in our qualifying session.
Well, one of these days it will work. Oh no, I got the Toro
What,
Rosso.
the Kimi Räikkönen strategy? Even
No,
Räikkönen.
the Marcus Waco Hawk strategy. Blah. Strategy.
So how about the slew of drivers on out? Octane goes 7th quickest. He does improve. The slew of outlaps from Dan and Ben and many things. 5 minutes remaining in the session. And how about a Red Bull? That's Foursquare. Looking for some redemption. We ride on board with our defending series champion Ben as he goes right now sat 6th quickest, trying to improve. Over a second behind off the fastest lap time. Hector is 2nd quickest right now. He set that time on mediums. Steven, 5th quickest in that Toro Rosso. Let's see what our series champ can do here. Ben on to the second DRS straightaway. Is a very, very long straight as we head to turn number 12. Very tight, heavy braking zone, hard left-hander. And up through the gears we go into these S-curves. And now comes the long sweeping right-hander. Several apexes you have to hit to get a perfect lap time through here. Ben all the way up to 7th gear already. Heading into the final 2 corners. Down the short chute to turn number 20. Here comes Ben. What kind of lap time is he going to set? And it is 3rd quickest for that Mercedes.
Ah.
How about we ride on board of Foursquare as he's coming onto the start-finish straight. Let's see what this Red Bull driver can muster up here.
Whoa, what's that Toro Rosso doing? Well, doesn't matter. My lap is invalidated for this one anyway, so
Here comes
so good.
Pillars and Hector looking to try once again on outlaps now. Foursquare down the DRS straight on his way to turn number 12. A little bit of a lockup. Foursquare back up the gears. So far down the grid at this moment, 13th place would not be a good starting spot for Foursquare. It is well below the standard that those Red Bull drivers are able to set in qualifying. So now here we go through turns 19 and now turn 20. Looks like he's a little off the pace, but will it be an improvement? To the start-finish line goes Foursquare, 5th quickest in the Red Bull.
Oh, at least I'm not starting last.
Seventh quickest? The best, but not the worst.
How about we catch Caden? Here we go. Our newcomer. Let's see what he can do right now. Sat 12th on the chart. Into the S-curves we go. Actually, we catch Hector on the softs. On his way through the S-curves now. Getting every bit of 4th and 6th gear he can through the S's. Down into the hairpin, turn 11, onto the DRS straight. How about David, 4th quickest?
Damn, I slid the tires on the last corner and killed my spot.
So Pillars, Hector, Ben, David, Dan, Foursquare, Malenko, Steven, Octane, many things right now the top 10. But Hector quickly flying around this circuit, trying to improve upon the lap time he set on the mediums. Ben, Malenko, Steven, Octane, many things.
Those on the softs.
Session's over. I'm not gonna.
No, he
coast
set that
this
lap
thing.
time at that moment on the mediums, but now on the softs. To the start finish line comes Hector. It will be pole position at this moment, a 131.291. But Hector has to see if Pillars can outdo his own lap time by 0.8 of a second. Pillars does improve, but comes about 0.4 short. Stays in second position. David into the pit lane. Dan not on a timed lap. Caden will not improve on his time. How about Brian? Brian way off the track. This does not look like a competitive lap time, but maybe something to improve on here into the final 2 corners.
Hopefully no one drives into the pit.
And he's cut his corner.
I was already on a dead lap anyway.
So there is nothing that can be changed about this qualifying order. So that will do it. Little Devil
is still on a lap, but
no, he's just trying to finish. He's out of fuel. Just come cross the line, Little Devil. Anyway, that will do it for qualifying. Hector sits atop the speed chart here in qualifying. How about Pillars sat second in the Ferrari? Ben third. David, a very surprising qualifying run, has definitely been working.
What is this? Stock car racing? Low bumper tag?
David definitely trying to work
here?
on his
Racing or bumper
performance up to the 4th position here in qualifying.
Yeah, good lap avenged.
Dan sat 5th. Foursquare in 6th. Little low for the Red Bulls, but doable from
now
that
we got
6th
some
position.
debris on the track.
Malenko sat 7th in his first full-time drive of the season. And here's our qualifying results. Steven in the Toro Rosso doing himself pretty nicely there in the 8th position. Octane in the Haas 9th. Many Things sat 10th.
Well, this stinks. I already ran out of my drink.
You will
No,
not.
Kimmy, no, you will not have the drink.
You will not have the drink. Take a look at the rest of your qualifying results. Look at the blazing lap that Larry has set. ... Yep.
actually Hector's lap was blazing fast. Hector's lap was fast.
Larry was faster.
Yeah, Larry was so fast, time didn't register.
Hey Emerson, can I I'm gonna play music, but I don't know if like how you want to mute.
My first one, boys.
You'll have to mute Emerson.
You can probably mute me. Just keep Dan and Malik unmuted.
Okay.
Tight first one.
If you don't want to hear the commentary, you can mute me. That goes very well. But just keep at least Dan and Malik unmuted, as they are the other 2 stewards. Should there ever be any issues, we have to restart the lobby, or forbid that we have to throw a manual safety car, which we still can't. We can't communicate to all drivers easily, so we wouldn't. Rolo into the party, but looks like we have a 20-car grid on our hands. As Killing for Cash, Big Boy, Rolo, all there on the bottom
heavy fuel load
of the grid there on the right side of your screen.
Getting
Getting ready
wanting
to...
to meet you, Emerson.
What?
Will you just make sure it's not too loud there, Zesty?
Yep. So here we
Just
go.
mute
Before,
him.
yep. Before our 28 lap event today, we have to go on an all-important formation lap for our 20-car grid. Once again this season, all but 2 Grand Prix this season has had 20-car grids. So let's go through our starting lineup. Row 1, we have the Alfa Romeo, our current points leader. Hector, right there, sat first. He just recently changed his PSN name, but the guy starting next to him, even more recent, has changed his PSN name. Pillars in that Ferrari, starting second. New brands up front. Row 2, our defending series champion Ben, taking over Troy Salter's seat at Mercedes. Will end up starting in the 3rd position. Alongside of him, David moving over to Ferrari, and a nice look for him to start P4 on the grid. Row 3, Dan in the Alfa Romeo, our 2-time series champ, starts alongside Foursquare in the Red Bull, sat 6th. Row 4, Malenko taking over that full-time seat at Williams, starting 7th. Steven in that Toro Rosso starts to his right side in 8th. Row 5, Octane in the Haas, starting to alongside Many Things in the Red Bull in 10th. Row 6, we have Brian in the McLaren, along with his teammate Caden in the McLaren.
Wolf Hillers has lagged out.
That looks like there will be a AI Ferrari starting second, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Row 7 will have Ryan in the Haas alongside Little Devil in the Toro Rosso. Row 8 will have Venti in the Williams and Luis in the Racing Point. Row 9 will have Larry in the Renault and Rolo in the Racing Point. Row 10 will have Robert in the Mercedes and Big Boy in the Renault. So here goes. The field grids up. They're getting ready to go.
Uh-oh, he's gone.
He's dead.
He gone.
That's in the chat.
All right.
It will be
finished 19th.
No, well, no, his AI will still be here.
I know.
You have to beat the 85% AI.
Alright guys, tight first one.
Yep,
That's
80.
it? I thought it was like 40%.
It was 40, now it's 85. So here we go.
Don't need a rolling chicane.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
So here we go.
This should be fun.
It is time to bring the action. We've got 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go. Hector off to a great start, having to beat the AI Ferrari into turn number 1. Ben trying to get to the outside of both Ferraris. There's lunges up the inside from a lot of drivers. The Red Bulls make it tight through turn 1 as contact way further back at the top of the hill.
As it got
Who am I getting hit by from behind?
Into the S's we go. Hector over Ben. Oh, somebody way wide. Dan sliding into traffic almost.
Oh, jeez.
A lot of hecticity going on here.
I don't know if I got touched or I just lost it.
Holy cow,
Apparently you have to give Smokes the position back.
Many things up to the 5th position.
That's me. I'm still
Many things up 5 spots from where he started. Little Devil up 6 from where he started. A lot of contact further back. How about the Toro Rossos going at it 7th and 9th, right with Foursquare in the Red Bull. Side by side, Little Devil, Foursquare into the 7th position goes Little Devil into turn number 12.
Oh, there they go. There goes my wide moment of the day. Brought to you by Napa.
Luis just trying to keep that car under control in that Racing Point. Dropping down the running order. Colton up to 15th position. Rolo up to 14th position. How about Little Devil up 7 spots from where he started. Looking to close the gap to Malenko. Here comes a Red Bull. Maybe into the pitch. Just really loose on corner exit there. Malenko goes back into the 5th position. How about Pillars' AI sat 3rd. Even if he comes back into the session.
Oh, we got a crash.
Pillars is here.
Someone landed it.
Oh, there's a McLaren going around. That's Brian.
Pillars is already back, by the way.
Pillars is back. Well, he has not reclaimed his seat because it still has no driver name in that seat. There, now he's back in his seat. Alright. So Pillars has reclaimed his car, which has only dropped 1 position from its start. Even David couldn't catch the 85% AI.
Hang on. We got more carnage over here.
Venti, Octane dropping down the running order. Haas off in the S's.
Love how it automatically.
Oh, you were down in 17th with the red arrows too, so all I could see was that. Dan comes out of the pit lane.
Gaggle of cars after spinning.
So back up front, Hector has a 1.4 second lead over Ben in the Mercedes. Pillar's able to regain control of his seat. Sat
somehow
third.
gonna overtake a driver. I literally overtake one.
Larry,
it's a new day.
Luis just overtook Larry for 13th position. Some all-time lows going on back there.
It's saying a lot that I overtook someone only for me to shite the bed.
So proud. Good job.
DRS has been enabled. So everybody within 1 second has the opportunity to open the back wing on certain straightaways for a chance at about 50 extra horsepower. Quite the speed advantage on the straights.
Holy shit, my car's running wide because I have front wing damage.
So Little Devil up 8 positions from where he started. Wow, we fall back to Foursquare and many things going at for the 7th position.
Whoa.
Those are sounds of joy going on further back in the grid.
That was not a sound for joy. That was a sound of almost killing the driver.
Foursquare trying to get a run on many things.
So sound of joy?
No, I don't take joy of wrecking people.
Foursquare looking up the inside of many things. Won't send it the way many things would, but Foursquare locks it up. Now side by side onto the backstretch.
Yeah, Bahrain was just me being a dumbass, braking way too late. Got slightly distracted, unfortunately. So fair point.
So Rolo also at 8 spots from where he started, in 10th in that racing point. How about Big Boy up 9 spots from where he started into 11th in that Renault. Notable drivers also losing spots. How about Brian down 6, down 5 in the current battle right now. Octane down 10, Dan down 15.
What's you said, McLaren's all over the place.
Dan has been in and out of the pit lane.
Oh, there they go.
Yep, I got
And Venti has gone around in the Williams.
Yeah, I got rear-ended by DRB.
I should be worried. Ah, got two.
Wow, Luis and Brian going way off into another county.
I can't race like this. I need a caution or just to fuck up my racing, get a new front wing.
Damn it.
Many things able to hold on to the 7th position right now over Foursquare.
I still have speed. I'm catching up to people with medium tires and a broken wing.
Foursquare looking up the inside of Many Things. How deep will it take it? And Many Things breaking deep to avoid the lunge. Many Things holding on to that 7th position. Back up front, the gap between Hector and Ben, 2 seconds. Pillars under 2 seconds back from Ben, trying to close that gap. Oh, and around goes Rolo. He's collected, I think, Foursquare.
He lunged on 3 cars.
Yeah. He lunged under me and...
He hit Many Things first. But, I mean...
Go ahead, Many Things.
I'm just telling you what happened. That's all.
Rolo's gone around again. Not a good run for Rolo. He was looking so well and then made contact with a couple Red Bulls at Toro Rosso, now falling all the way down back to the 15th position on the order. Many Things and Steven going at it for the 7th position. Steven up into 7th in that Toro Rosso. Steven going wide into the S's. Many Things trying to keep that car under control. He'll secure back into the 7th position. And now Pillars within 1 second of Ben. He will have DRS on the Mercedes. So how about Ben and Pillars going at it here? Pillars with the DRS. Trying to close the gap on the way to turn 12. Again, it's easy for drivers to misjudge their braking points with the added speed going down these straightaways. So, mistakes are common at the end of DRS straightaways into very tight corners. And what happened last lap very well could have been a direct result of that.
Damn it. I'll get a DRS here.
Drones.
Come on.
Hector pulling now nearly 4 seconds on Ben. Ben now quickly receiving attack from the Ferrari.
Fuck, my dog is fuck. Holy fuck, turn.
Who can keep it nice and tight through these S's as we continue to watch the battle for second.
this will not end well. Nah, damn it.
Oh, sorry. I cut you off hard.
Hillers appears to be very laggy.
Well, he did also just lose connection right before the start of the Grand Prix.
Oh, jeez, I just killed the thing.
Malico,
What you need?
have you pitted yet?
No, I'm pitting lap 11.
Have you fit it yet? She's lap 6 already. Crud. I need to pick it up a bit.
I would pick it up if I had a front wing.
Keeping it nice and tight through the long right-hander. The gap not increasing, staying steady at 0.7 of a second. Even with DRS, Ben able to combat that through the slower corners.
Hey, come Dan, it's in dead last.
Hey, he wrecked in the S's first lap.
And pitted.
Yikes.
I probably should have done that, to be honest. I wrecked that.
I'll cherish the moment for now, because this is probably the last time I'll be in front of him. Unless I get Michael's secret stuff and somehow I become good, which I don't count on it.
The secret sauce.
That was just water.
Yeah, exactly. It's just water.
The gap not really changing between Ben and Pillars. Even with Pillars having the slipstream and the DRS, now it's down to 0.6 of a second. Do we hear 0.5 of a second? There to 0.4 of a second, and a 3-second time penalty for Brian for multiple warnings. Reaching the 25% point in this Grand Prix. Many Things and Steven continue to duke it out for the 7th position. Many Things not able to gap Steven any bit. Ryan in that hash trying to close into the battle. And how about Foursquare back into the 10th position and closing in on this monster battle for 7th. Foursquare and Steven, or Many Things and Steven really tight through the long sweeping right-hander in the turn 19. Many Things starts to gap Steven a little bit in that Red Bull. Steven with a lunge! A Many Things lunge on Many Things, and it works! But Many Things with the run down the hill, side by side into the S as we go for 7th.
Let's hope for a good battle.
Many Things misses an apex. He goes off in the S's. Steven has the run into the next corner. Many Things making his car as wide as possible.
The fucking undercut.
There goes a racing point off in VS's. I believe that might have been Rolo. And a 3-second time penalty for Venti. For multiple warnings as Steven back into the 7th position over Many Things. Many Things with the DRS though. No, Steven gets the DRS, but Many Things has the slipstream. Side by side in the turn number 12. Here we go. Lunge on lunge into turn 12. Will they both make the corner? They both do. Oh, Many Things tries to squeeze him out wide, but he was still out there. You have to leave the space. It's a 3-car battle for 7th. Ryan is there. Foursquare trying to get up there. Pillars is wrecked in from the 3rd position in that Ferrari. It looks like it's time to come and get a fresh set of tires for that Ferrari.
No.
And now he's coming into the pit lane. No, Steven's gone around. No, Little Devil's gone around, not Steven. That'd be the other Toro Rosso. Little Devil into the pit lane as Steven also goes into the pit lane. Oh, they're going to stack up the Toro Rossos. But Many Things and Foursquare going at it once again. Foursquare was just battling Many Things.
Come on, damn everybody pitting.
Caden with a 5-second penalty. Rolo with a 5-second penalty. Rolo into the pit lane. Caden into the pit lane. Venti into the pit
Come
lane.
to the pit when I'm chasing them down.
But what does this say about Foursquare that he was able to come from a spin and is passing many things once again? Side by side into turn 12, a lockup from Foursquare. Many things goes wide, and Foursquare takes the spot.
Damn it, Jeff.
How about Robert into the 8th position? Big Boy and Larry into the points. Dan, a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And Hector, our race leader, into the pit lane. Ben will stay out and take over the race lead.
Many things I'm staying out. One more.
David goes to 2nd. How about Malenko to 3rd on Hector as he tries to get up to speed. And many things has gone around.
Can I get an F in chat?
And many things coming to the pit lane. Ryan into the pits in that Haas. Foursquare up to 5th. Robert into 6th. Larry to 7th. Colton into the pit lane in V Renault. He'll bring in he has many things in there with him along with Ryan. Pillars back up to 9th. Brian into 8th.
I don't want on the alternate strategy.
I'm letting you buy Zesty.
Big boys.
Hector's gone by the Williams into the 3rd position.
Yo, hang on to it.
And we have a 3-car battle for last.
And I'm not in that battle, miraculously.
That a lot.
Rolo, Octane, and Caden are going at it for 18th, 19th, and 20th.
You'll love to see it.
Don't worry, I'll jump in that battle soon.
And Dan looks to be getting caught by them making a 4-car. Maybe Venti would get caught into making a 5-car. Maybe many things for a 6-car battle. And around goes Venti. He will not be joining that battle. He'll get passed by that battle. And Caden into Venti.
Oh, what?
Oh, I love hearing what I'm hearing. This is great.
And that's going to bring out the safety car.
Are you kidding me? Come on. I got a pit.
Yeah, I got a pit. I got fucked.
Oh,
and the safety car comes out right in between Ben and David. David is able to pass the safety car cleanly this time.
Wow, you gotta be joking me. I was so happy to be finishing probably 19th. Now I'm gonna finish last. Thank you.
Foursquare into the pit lane along with Larry and Brian. The safety car is going to shake up the running order, but more importantly, group up the grid once again.
This is bollocks.
How about Luis into the pit lane from the 13th position? That sounds like an all-time high for Luis. Coming out towards the rear of the grid. But Venti was sitting on the racing line. He held his brakes, but there was nowhere for Caden to go. And Caden ran right into the side of the Williams. It's just a racing accident.
Is Venti or Caden out?
Nope.
No. It's just because we were stuck
There's
on
something.
track.
Oh, there's the safety car. Oh, jeez.
That caused the safety car.
But
Don't hit it, or you'll die.
Move, Luis. Get around the safety car.
Oh, I get to go by it. Okay, then. Oh. That's like, what's the safeguard just doing there? I'm not gonna go by unless I'm told.
Yeah, many things.
Thank you for telling me that.
Luis was parking behind the safety car. He's gonna probably get a parked in a dangerous location penalty. But Malenko pitting from the 2nd position. He's going to drop down to running order. Or maybe not as much as he thinks. Because the safety car has not picked up a queue yet.
Oh.
Many things.
This might actually be not a bad thing for Malenko. He'll lose 2nd to Ben. Malenko's down and away. He'll get passed by David for third, and I think that's it.
Is that Steven
As
speaking?
That's where he was.
Oh yeah, that's where I was. I thought I was gonna get fucked by the safety car. I'm good.
Well, the safety car never queued anyone up yet.
I thought Jesse was gonna queue in the S though. I thought that was gonna happen.
So Pillars to 5th, Steven to 6th as Robert pitting as him falling deep down the running order. Larry pits with 1 lap old softs. Not quite sure what that's about.
Hey, Hector, try passing it.
Okay, I got a quick question, Emerson. How is that an all-time high for me? Because I actually went with a proper pit stop.
No, it was an all-time high for you to be in the 13th position.
Oh, that.
Try passing the safety car again, bud.
That'll be an all-time high.
Wouldn't that be a bench that needs to pass the safety car?
I thought legitimately overtaking Larry was the ultimate high in my career.
Ooh.
Whatever it is.
Regardless, this has been a banner day for me in my EWRL career. I haven't spun the thing. I haven't wrecked.
Well, you're not even halfway into the Grand Prix, so let's keep that talk for later.
I know, but still, I'm happy with my first half performance.
So it looks like everybody's still on the lead lap. This safety car helps out that battle for the last position. Octane, Rolo, Caden, all able to keep on the lead lap. Venti as well. Caden, unfortunately, just had nowhere to go coming off of turn 11. Ran into the stopped Williams. And that brought out the safety car. For some reason, that did bring out a safety car. But
I'm glad that it did. My front lane was fucked up by losing 2 seconds a lap to everybody.
So, with the safety car just queuing up this lap, we're at least going to get one more lap. Oh, no, it's going by the cross start finish.
That bomb.
Now, 5-second. Steven and Ryan make contact. The 5-second penalty for Ryan.
Yeah, sorry about that, Ryan. I had pillars stop in front of me, or not stop, but slow down, and I hit the brakes to avoid it.
Save the video clip in case he needs to appeal it. Steven?
Oh yeah, it reminds me. I should probably save my replay.
How do you get a 3-second time penalty under safety car, Venti?
I mean,
why are you cutting corners?
What? How do you? Wait, okay, running over somebody, okay, but wow, I'm surprised.
Skill.
This man over here cutting corners under safety.
No one got skills, man. He knows. Oh, this
hey, I'm the one who can bring out a safety car without actually crashing.
That's
a lot of people have actually, but
yeah, that's actually happened a lot.
Yeah, this isn't special. You're not a special case.
If I haven't done, it's not as special yet.
Oof.
That's true. Luis has yet to cause a safety car in his career.
I probably caused more than 2 in my day.
I caused one in Canada.
I should have hit it last.
I think everybody caused one in Canada.
a lot of people did. A lot of people
did.
did.
Nice being ahead of Dan for a minute.
I didn't cause one in Canada.
Well, yeah, Avenge caused a safety car from a safety car, pretty much. They probably had to bring a new safety car out after that bullshit.
Oh yeah, Monza last season.
He hit the pace car.
What?
5-second time penalty for Venti for corner cutting. 8 seconds of penalties under safety car.
Why are you cutting corners?
I didn't even cut the corner. I went wide.
I trust you that did not hit me.
Why'd you go wide?
How are you going wide under safety car?
I think the people in front and behind me are the 2 people I trust.
And we will get
else.
We will get another lap. But it looks like we should be going green the next time by. It makes sense as the safety car just picked up the queue less than 2 laps ago.
So I'm not safe. Great, I have to be patient for another lap. This is gonna be fun. Oh boy. Hank.
But looks like everybody will be able to queue up. This is time there to split the rest of this race split this race in half, make it on one more stint. Maybe people picking hard to go to the end. So Luis is done. Maybe mediums can go to the end with 14 laps to go. I believe we've heard 20 laps is a good number. So
They
14
probably
laps more than
can,
them.
but I need to stop at some point for softs because I haven't taken any other compound yet.
Why didn't you pit for one compound under safety car and pit another compound? And Hector, our race leader, has lagged out of the session. And that Alfa Romeo has become
geez, hey, slow down.
an AI. If you can try to join back before the safety car ends, it doesn't hurt you.
If it does, he's fucked.
You still have half a lap. So, our 2 points leaders have had incidents
It's
on
not
the
my
safety
problem anymore.
So it looks like I have to send invites.
am.
I'm gonna
Little
send the
devil.
party
Please
invites.
catch up to the
Obviously,
goddamn queue.
don't take the invite.
Oh, he came back.
Oh, he made it back. He is back in the session.
He's not in his car yet, but he's back in the session.
Okay, he's back in the session though. Okay, he asked me to send him an invite, but I was trying to send it to the party. All right.
This thing is going slow.
The safety car is going in this lap, and we have an AI-controlled
Holy
Alfa Romeo.
How slow are we gonna go?
This one isn't Hector. This is AI.
Oh, he's going
Why did you stop?
Everything's
Bro,
great.
He just took the fuck off.
Hector regained control, and he's gone. All right. So I think we know. We know.
He just gained control of the car and took off.
We know he's back in the car
no
now.
stopping again.
All right, so here we go. The safety car is in, and we are green here in Austin, Texas.
I have no idea what the fuck is going on anymore.
Time penalties
kidding me,
down
man?
the grid. Save your video clips if you need to appeal them.
What a crock horse.
So Hector,
Oh,
back into the race league. Contact Feather
nice.
back into the grid.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, Hector is so laggy now. Oh my god.
Oh, don't. Gotta haul ass.
And back into the car is Hector. And trying to drive away from Ben. He has 2 laps to try to open up that gap.
Son of a bitch. Let him go. Let him go.
Hector trying to break the slipstream down the backstretch. That's how you know he's back. And we have the snake down the backstretch. The top 5 all snaking. How about Robert into the 6th position and holding there for the time being. He's on hards, so he does not have to pit for the rest of this Grand Prix.
I'm pretty sure nobody's picking for the rest of the Grand Prix unless,
Except they are on softs, which
After
is...
that,
Which is 3 cars, and around goes a Renault. That's Colton going around.
That's
All
big
by
boy.
himself. No contact, just by himself.
You'll love to see it.
Back to the
Tough break for Big
19th
Boy.
position. And more time penalties. And Hector, yeah, he's back with that fastest lap. And another time penalty. Couldn't even see the fastest lap. It was a 1:35.788 on the mediums. My goodness gracious. Time penalties galore. And Dan with a time penalty. My goodness. They are racking them up in the back of the pack.
So we're all gonna be neutral. So we're back to running for precision.
I think everybody in the back of the pack's running for position with all the time penalties. Correct.
I don't have a penalty.
Now watch me somehow still finish 20th regardless.
So Hector out to a 7/10 of a second lead over Ben. Ben with the slipstream though, trying to keep it tight because at the end of this lap, DRS will be enabled. So Ben can keep it tight the rest of this lap, and through VS's, Ben will have a shot at the lead once again with the help of DRS. Or with a shot at the lead. Ben has yet to actually lead besides pit cycle.
makes me nervous trying to pass him if I even did catch him. Because he's warpy.
But Ben keeping it tight, 0.8 of a second now. DRS is enabled with 11 laps to go, 12 laps to go, 11 next time by the start-finish line.
Oh, what the? McLaren just
Caden
what
losing
was that
control
all about?
back, and Luis losing control through turn 19.
Don't really know how you could blame me on that one, Williams. You came across my nose and wrecked us both.
Well, now I'm in last. So much for a clean race.
You hate to see it.
Hector's now moved the gap up to 1.2 seconds right by DRS detection. And I think that's all Hector needed. Now he can boot scoot boogie away.
Alright, Timmy Hill.
Yeah, well, we are in Texas, so.
Oh, that's right.
How about Malico on Pillars? Pillars into 4th. Malico trying to get that spot from that Ferrari.
Shit! Sorry!
Oh, wow.
You can have
wow.
it back. Take it back. Take it back.
Oh my
That was my
gosh.
mistake. Sorry, man.
That was scary. It was 4 cars.
Quite a lot of contact. I think the audio, if you're able to hear it, spoke for itself. Many things holding on to 7 over Little Devil. Dan 9, Brian 10 for Robert, 11 getting passed by Steven. Side by side into 19.
Right. Damage from no return. That's great. I have to bank on luck in this one.
But with 11 laps remaining in the Grand Prix, coming around to 10 laps to go here at Circuit of the Americas, here for the United States Grand Prix. Still no retirements. So, even if we get some here towards the end of the race, quite the run thus far into the Grand Prix. Little Devil's going around and down the running order. Down to 13th position, but still has spots in front of him to try to get back into the points. Try to cool down the tires and have another go. Back up front, Hector, 2.2 seconds over Ben. David trying to hold on to 3rd, but Pillar's breathing down his neck. Ferrari making quite the combo. 1 on the podium, 1 right behind the podium.
Big boy kept that tight.
2.3 seconds to gap up front. David still fending off Pillars nicely. Holding on to 3rd. He wants a podium. And how much a podium would mean in a 20-car grid as opposed to, you know, the 7, 8-car grids last season. Octane into the pit lane. There's a caution in sector 1 somewhere. Brian goes wide. Here comes Steven.
I have absolutely no weird grip through the S's.
Steven back into the 9th position and fighting for some points. Thank you, Luis, for the human soundboard.
With one problem when it comes to another.
That's something we haven't had to hear. A Luis soundboard.
Yeah, because somehow I have made it this far without following.
Oh, Steven trying to keep that car from spinning out on exit. Yeah, 19 laps into the Grand Prix, nobody a lap down and nobody retired. As we start lap number 20, Hector 3.3 seconds out in front. David, I believe, pulled over a second on Pillars now. Pillars does not have DRS. Yeah, and a 3-second time penalty for Steven for multiple warnings, either corner cutting or track limits. 3-second time penalty for Brian. Battling for 9th. Steven and
someone's about to get disqualified.
I think they're up and down the grid, so I don't think many people have two. Little Devil, a speeding penalty. Oh my goodness, the penalties today.
Niggas about to get disqualified somewhere. Someone's getting disqualified too.
As Big Boy also into the pit lane, fitting a fresh set of softs to go to the end. Little Devil as well, but also replacing the front wing.
They have 19 seconds in time penalties.
Good to know. Nobody cares.
Nobody asked.
The gap up front has started to close. Under 3 seconds once again. Ben reeling Hector back in. 2.9 seconds to gap. 2.8 now. 2.7 now. Ben is on it. And 3-second time penalty for Ben. Why not?
Woof. Woof.
For anyone who hasn't got a penalty,
we're about to have more time penalties than have the race duration.
You're not wrong. Not in the slightest.
But here's the thing, there's a lot of penalties. I don't know how many of them are appealable, because I mean, it's easy to cut corners here.
I surprisingly haven't gotten a warning yet.
Don't jinx yourself. Dan and Robert into the pit lane. David holding steady in third over Pillars. David, if he did this a little bit earlier, might have been a serious contender in the title hunt. He's not mathematically out of it, but if everybody else keeps at the same pace.
It's only the 7th race, man.
Yeah, but if you continue to gain points at the way you gain, and he continues to gain points at the same rate, even though he's, what, nearly 70
still
behind.
Finishing ahead of him. But he's still not gaining points on Hector anyway.
The points lead only increases over David at this moment, should the results stay the same. But
oh fuck! I just realized I was stealing Rich since the whole restart. I have like 0.6 of a lap in the good. Oh fuck!
But the Ferraris continue to duke it out for third, and I've already said it quite a few times already. But again, I'm just very proud of David from where he was as opposed to last season and the beginning of this season. Awesome run from him so far. Hopefully, it's not a one-off run.
Yeah, he hasn't done this like the last 3 weeks.
Battle between
He's qualified good the last few races, but running the race good is a different thing.
But didn't he get back to get a good point at Bahrain, I thought?
Possibly. I don't have the results memorized. Steven on many things once again, and a 3-second time penalty for Dan.
It's been a bad race for him.
It's been a bad race for the in-game stewards. Oof. Penalties and penalties and penalties. The amount of reports they're writing.
Race for them. It's like, fuck you, you get a penalty.
At this point, the stewards are, did he touch a corner? Just give it to him already.
Did he touch the yellow line?
Was he close to the curb? Here comes
Just
Brian on Steven. Steven trying to keep in touch with many things. And Rolo still in the points. After the up and down day Rolo's had, he's still sat 10th. Oh, and Steven, a lunge on many things! A many things lunge on many things!
That fucking dive bomb, no, that took fucking balls.
Everybody taking notes from many things.
Honestly, I didn't even mean to do that. That just kind of came along.
It just happened that you just had massive
Yeah.
fucking cojones to go and fucking dive that fucking deep into the corner.
Oh,
I didn't even mean for that
How many
to
fucks to
happen.
give?
I missed my
-2.
breaking point. It was either dive super deep or hit him, and I chose dive super deep. So
Don't worry, many things has done it to everyone.
Yeah,
so
and, I'm
getting
calling
done
it-
to him once is nothing.
I'm calling it the Many Things Dive because that's what it is. Many Things misses his breaking point with Slipstream or DRS, and there he goes. But Rolo in the 9th as Brian has pitted. Man, I don't know. I don't have a whole notepad out here. But Venti,
a journal.
I crashed earlier.
Venti may just be the one. 23, coming to 24 laps into the U.S. Grand Prix. May be our first driver to go 1 lap down. Let's see if he can keep it on the lead lap. But Hector is in
What?
sight.
I'm not gonna be the first one lap
Oh,
down.
Venti's going down.
Have it.
Yeah, I need a box. I have bad front damage.
Don't tell me you got the fucking. How did you get that? What the? That makes no goddamn sense. Whatever.
But here comes Venti into the pit lane. He will be the first driver 1 lap down, 24 laps into the U.S. Grand Prix. So all around the whole field, great job taking it 5 laps from the finish to get our first driver 1 lap down.
Safety car definitely helped with that.
Definitely, his drivers were about to get lapped.
Even without the safety car, I think we would have been fine without a lap car.
Well, there might have been 4 at this point instead of 1. The
Who
gap
knows?
between Hector and Ben is still staying stagnant, 2.7
Oh,
seconds.
something happened.
We're down to 2.5
Something's off
seconds.
for my tires. It just kicked me off.
David continues to hold 3rd.
Oh, I think the tires are shot.
Many Things and Steven going
No,
at it.
actually not.
Many Things up to 7th. Steven under attack from Rolo. Five laps to go. The gap up front, 3 seconds. Ben also has a 3-second time penalty. Has nearly 5 seconds on David. Or that would come into question if David would get 2nd. But Ben's still clear of that by 5 seconds. Rolo on Steven. Here we go. Rolo, maybe a 2-for-1 special on the inside of Many Things. And he doesn't go deep. He doesn't drive him off the track. And it's a clean 2-for-1 special for Rolo. But Many Things back to 7. No, here comes Rolo with the crossover. What a phenomenal overtake from the racing point of Rolo. Even though Many Things back into the 7th position, it was a very clean 2-for-1 special. And they weren't even double wide. Very, very clean double overtake. So Many Things holding on to the 7th position now. Rolo trying to get that spot back. 4 laps to go in the United States Grand Prix. Rolo clear to 7th on Many Things. And David starting to open the gap to Pillars. Pillars has 2 lap older tires than David and another 3-second time penalty. This one for Octane.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the note.
So here's something of note. We are trying to get some of these reserve drivers or these newcomers to get some points. But how about Caden right now in 11th? Less than 3 seconds back of Larry, sat 10th in points. This could be a points day. This could be quite important in who gets a full-time ride next. And again, I'll take an actual point score from a 10th place finish and the pity point at Hungary into account. Because 10th place at Hungary was Rolo. I gave him 2 points since everybody else was getting 1 point after him.
Oh. You're welcome, LSF1.
So Rolo, and around goes Rolo! Here comes Larry. Larry had to make quite the tight squeeze. And now Caden catching Rolo. This would be a point for Caden.
Come on. Hang on to it.
Look at the battle back here for 12th place with Brian, Dan, and Ryan.
Oh no, I'm in the gravel. Hang on to it. Come on, let's finish this.
Come on, keep it on the lead lap. 3 laps to go here in the United States Grand Prix. Hector now 4 seconds out in front. David still holding a second over Pillars. But David now 6 seconds back of Ben. Even Ben could get another 3-second time penalty and still keep second. Wouldn't try it, but...
Hang on, come on. Don't blow this.
Caden with the DRS on Rolo, closing the gap, won't be able to get the overtake this time. 2 laps to go here at Circuit of the Americas. 3.9 seconds the gap between Hector and Ben. Hector, I believe, if I've counted right, trying to get his 4th win on the season. Ben trying to deny that another 3-second time penalty for Venti.
How many fucking penalties does this man have?
2 fucking many.
Stop driving like shit then.
Oh, many things is gonna probably dive on me. Yup.
Many things, and Steven continue to duke it out. Steven gets the spot back.
That's not good.
Holding 7th.
I only have 2.3 second cushion.
Caden now really closing the gap on Rolo and has Larry in front of him as well. Caden, though, 2 lap older tires than Rolo, but Rolo's been through a few spins. He has the same aged tires as Larry. And a 3-second time penalty for Ryan in 13th position.
Alright, this is the bet. Shut up, Jeff. I'm worried about staying on the lead lap with the 3-second penalty included.
And a 3-second time penalty for Brian.
I want to appeal so many of these fucking penalties.
I need to get a soundboard of me just saying in a 3-second time penalty. Rolo on Larry for 9th. Rolo clears the Renault in Rolo's racing point. Here comes the McLaren of Caden. Larry trying to keep it under control. Caden trying to get a couple points here. Tooth and nail battle for the 9th position. We're on the final lap of the United States Grand Prix, and a 3-second time penalty for Steven as he battles many things. Hector onto the final DRS straight. 4 seconds over Ben. Steven and many things continue to duke it out. Rolo, Caden, Larry continue to duke it out for 9th. Brian and Ryan getting at it for 12th. And a 3-second time penalty for Caden for multiple warnings. I'm not quite sure where the drivers he's competing against is in penalties.
Alright, one more.
Anyway, coming up to the final corner, coming for his 4th win on the season, Hector will come off of turn number 20 and win in that Alfa Romeo. 4 seconds back, we'll have Ben. And quite the battle from the Ferraris, but David will beat out Pillars for a podium. In 3rd, Pillars comes home 4th. Malenko in his first full-time drive of the season for his own points. He will finish 5th place in that Williams. 4 square. Quite a ways back. Coming through turn 19 and now turn number 20. Foursquare comes in and crosses the line for the 6th position in that Red Bull. Here comes the battle for 7th. Steven clears many things, but Steven has penalties. Steven to the line, crosses the line, many things to 7th over Steven sat 8th. Rolo crosses the line, 9th. Larry goes to 9th. Caden sits 11th. The battle for 12th comes down to Ryan ahead of Brian, 12th and 13th. Robert and Dan going at it. Side by side, Robert going wide to the start-finish line. Robert 14th, Dan in 15th. Here comes Octane crossing 17th. Colton comes in 15th over Dan with his time penalties. Octane 17th. Here comes Little Devil speeding out of turn 20, coming home 18th, and a 5-second time penalty for an unserved penalty. Luis finishes on the lead lap and gets P18 at last second.
Let's go. This is a win for me.
Cool, I just break level 50.
Even though that was 98% clean, but I'll take it.
And out of
our fuck me up.
Out of our
And my hands are all sore.
20-car grid, 19 drivers finished on the lead lap. How about that podium celebration? Hector, Ben, and David make up the top 3.
Hey, many things.
Ow.
Yeah, that was such a good battle.
Good job. That was great. I literally enjoyed that. That was fun.
Same.
There was a lot of battles up and down the running order. Let's take a look at our final results. My goodness.
Oh.
I got no.
Oh my god. From 10th to 20th, it's just covered in penalties.
I'm just happy to just finish this race on the lead lap.
6 seconds. 9 seconds. 12 seconds. Vinci, you had a 12-second time penalty.
There were more penalties issued than there were drivers.
I had like 28.
GG, guys. GG.
GG.
Are you guys changed this merged Ligris? Oh, there's no one in.
Well, there's our running order. Let's see if we can get some podium interviews. Hector, Ben, and let's see if we can get David in here. Wild race. Good job from everybody to keep it on the lead lap, except Venti. But that is 19 of the 20-car grid on the lead lap after an entire Grand Prix. Great run from everybody. Let's see, while we wait on David, let's get a chat with our second place finisher in that Mercedes. Ben, second place, but how does the Mercedes feel?
Feels good. Stuck to the racetrack. Pretty good.
Glad to hear.
No complaints.
No complaints, alright. So what could you have done differently to get that win?
Don't think I could.
Any different strategy or anything different during the safety car? Or?
Nope. I'm pretty sure everything was the way I needed it to be, and he was just better. It's a good run for him.
So how was the race for you? I think the only cars you did see were at the starts anyway, but you were able to get some laps led through in the pit cycle. How was the race overall to you? And then I'm sure you've heard that it was well, penalty filled, a pretty clean physical race throughout the rest of the running order with 19 cars on the lead lap. What do you think of the race as a whole?
It seemed pretty clean. There was one safety car, which is what it is, but it was overall pretty clean. I mean, my best lap and his best lap weren't that far off, and he wasn't like super fast at the end of the race compared to me. We were pretty close, but he was better. Got the win. I'll take second.
All right. Well, congratulations on the second place finish. Welcome to Mercedes. What a good run, and I think going from Williams to Mercedes is a 3-point difference in constructors. We'll see what it is after all the math's done. But looks like you may have kept your position in constructors over the week.
Probably.
All right. Congratulations on your second place finish. Let's see.
Thank you.
David, you got us.
Yep.
How does that feel? A third place finish, but out of a very talented and jam-packed grid. I'm sure you are smiling from ear to ear.
That's one way to make your debut for Ferrari.
Yeah, how'd the Ferrari feel?
That Ferrari felt great.
All right, so go for it. I thought you were gonna go into something.
Oh no, sorry, I was just mouthing. Oh no, I was just mouthing I was just repeating what I said.
So how was it all day battling your brand new teammate? Looked like very clean and a lot of fun, but you and Pillars were able to push you very, very hard, and you were able to stay competitive with the fastest guys in the league. How was your race?
That was a lot better than how the rest of my season's gone. I'll say that. But you get a new teammate, you get a new car. He pushes you to your limits. I found my limits again in this league.
I'm glad it is. I'm glad you have. So what would you say is this of this race overall? You weren't in the party, but I did say during the broadcast, every single driver did finish the race, and 19 of the 20 drivers finished on the lead lap. How did the race look to you, as you only really saw many other cars from starts and restarts? You were able to obviously see Pillars almost all race. Ben and Hector as they drove off in your out the front. But how was the race to you?
The race was good, great for me. Didn't see much action, which kind of good. Mountain Co was stay with me on the start and the restart, but I got away from him after a few laps. I had that really good battle with Pillars, but overall, it looked like it was a clean race.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. All right. Was there anything different you could have done maybe to improve your position? Even though I'm pretty sure you were very content with third after the start of this season.
The only thing I probably could have done different is stayed out a lap extra since that safety car was coming.
Right. Wild's third place finish today, but I think this podium it's gonna mean a lot to you and a lot of momentum. What do you think your chances are going into next week with Ferrari?
I love my chances. If the performance from today carries over, Ferrari's going to be a real solid contender for constructors and world drivers.
All right, I am very glad to hear it, and congratulations to you and your third place finish. It looked like a lot of fun for you.
Thank you.
All right, and joined by our race winner, driver of that Alfa Romeo, fourth time this season, Hector. Another day, another win. Does this make up for last week?
Honestly, I guess so. Obviously, on points and everything, it does make up for the mistake. But yeah.
All right, so how was the race for you? Granted, you saw a lot of clean track, but I'm sure your engineer was telling you, keeping you updated on the gap. It was not a big gap to Ben for most of the Grand Prix.
Well, honestly, the first stint I had, like, even though like I wasn't streaming tonight, I still had my lag, so I don't know what I'm gonna do to fix this. I don't think I can fix it. But I felt even with the lag and whatnot, my pace was enough to sort of take Ben to Gapplebee's over the first stint, and after the first pit stop, I would have had about 8-second gap, I think. So pace in the first stint was there. I don't know about the second stint really, because I had to bounce like when I rejoined, because I don't know, I hope you would have noticed I left mid safety car, and I came back right before it ended. And I had no telemetry for the person behind or anything on the track, so Jeff was basically useless. The only thing I had was my lap delta on the right-hand side. I had no gap to anyone, so even if I asked Jeff, he didn't tell me anything. So I had no way to moderate how quickly I wanted to go. So, I mean, if I did have that, and had I not like disconnected to have like these telemetry issues, I sure would have extended that gap again. But I just had to play it safe because I didn't even have anything about warnings or penalties. Thankfully, I got none because I had to drive conservatively. So yeah, that's just the name of the game. Just drive safe when you don't have these when you have these game issues, yeah, I just didn't have any gap, so or any telemetry to measure the gap and all that. So I just took it home, and I didn't really care about fastest lap or whatever. As long as I crossed the line first, and I saw on the mini map that I was crossing the line first, it was okay with me. So yeah.
Right. I was saying during the stream, and then after I said all of it, I'm like, you can try to join back before the end of the safety car. I realized you had me muted because you were playing music, which is fine. I did say you could, as long as you had the other stewards unmuted. But yeah, I did notice. I was gonna try. I was gonna try to invite you back. But I was trying to invite you from the party, and then you had already joined back from what I had heard. So. But wow, a couple weeks in a row now that I know last week, you know, the finish wasn't what it was, but a couple weeks in a row where you weren't too mad about the safety cars, because imagine had the safety car not come out, we might have been talking to a different Hector right now.
It's just about moderating the safety car, really. The safety car doesn't like bother me too much. It's just about getting a good restart. And I just know I have the pace in hand, even though I have this lag. But it's really frustrating when you don't have the telemetry. But either way, the safety car, and this time I don't know if it saved me or not, because with the pit stop gap, it would have been, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been something. Then if it was under green, it would have been how much time can you kind of save as you're trying to get back into the seat, everything. But how wild is it to you to just kind of think halfway through the race you're sitting at a disconnected screen and you still win?
Honestly, in any other, I guess, insanely competitive league, you wouldn't be winning. You would probably be tanking if it was without a safety car, and depending on the safety car timing. So it's a little bit of a relief, but at the same time, it's like, okay, it is what it is. If I come back and I don't end up like winning at the same time, it's like, whatever. What can I expect? I had a connection issue here, and I think everybody realizes, oh, he had something out of his control, and that's what it is.
Right. Well, it was a hectic win to say the least, but you did end up getting the win nonetheless. 4th win on the season out of 7 races. Quite the start to the season for you as we finish the 1/3 mark. What is your outlook for the next 14 Grand Prix?
Honestly, just try to keep the just consistency, really. No more peak performances and what matters. Unless you're just a qualifier, then that's whatever. But hopefully, I don't know what I can do to fix these lag issues, because the lag really hurts when you're trying to drive quickly. Like, you don't. My soft stint in the beginning was worse than it should have been, even though it doesn't look like it, but my tires were overheating more than they should have. So it's a little bit frustrating to have that lag. It really impedes your driving. So yeah, that's really it. Just be consistent and play the best with the cards you're dealt at the end of the day.
Right. Well, it was, again, a very, very wild Grand Prix. Congratulations on the win, and good luck to you next week. All right, well, wild Grand Prix once again here for the United States Grand Prix. Always fun to come to Circuit of the Americas. It's a home race for a lot of these drivers, and 19 cars on the lead lap at the end of it, with only one safety car in the race. Granted, it was near the middle. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see 19 finishers on the lead lap and no retirees out of our 20-car grid. So I'm glad you all tuned in to watch. I'm hoping that the streams all went well on Twitch and Facebook Live and YouTube today, as it was our first time with high-definition streams on 3 platforms for an EWRL event. I'm glad you all tuned in, and we will see you next week.